Okay, welcome back, guys. Tonight we're back on the Flathead. I gotta get the Flathead running right. And if you've seen from my other videos, I'm having an intake leak issue or carburetor issue. So I'm gonna figure it out one way or the other. So you can watch along with me. Before I get into the Flathead, let me show you a new addition to the Slickhead Cycles garages. I bought Megan a mini bike. Here she is. FRP 40cc mini bike. It's pretty badass. We can take it camping with us. Got a little disc brake. Pull start motor, pneumatic tires, gas only, not two-stroke. Pretty cool. I'm going to do some modifications on it. You know, either make bigger risers or put ape hangers on it. I got to see what I can get into with this thing. But alright, back on the Flathead. Alright, let's get started here. Let me get the air cleaner off. Get the air cleaner off, the carburetor off. Alright, let's dig into it. First we gotta get the air cleaner off. And I believe these are 3/8. First thing you got to do is you got to bend these little clips that hold the nuts in place, sort of like a lock washer. Got to bend them flat, little tabs. Enough. Okay, once you get the air cleaner backing plate off, set that aside. Okay, now we got to disconnect the fuel line here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dump whatever residual gas is out of the fuel line and fuel filter. I'm going to take this cap off and drain it into a little cup. When I shut my bike off, I typically turn the fuel valve, the petcock, off, and I run it dry till it's about to shut off. That way it empties the bowl out a little bit. So there shouldn't be much to come out of here. But if there is, there is. Just have a nice little bowl to catch it. Let me grab something. Okay, this is what I'm going with. I'm going to use one of them Harley Davidson oil filter trays. I got another tray set up here. Okay, like I said, I drained the bowl, so there's not much coming out of here. But if there was, I can catch some of it. So the little fuel filter screen from 1940. See right through it, it's pretty clean. Sure. Okay, she's nice and clean. Let's see, get yourself 9/16, the fuel line. While the carburetor is still attached, it's best to break it like that. Get some residual. All right. Let me bring you in here and show you. It's just a hard aluminum fuel line with a flare fitting and a flare nut. Just disconnect that from the fuel filter. I know you can drain the bowl from here. This is the drain nut on a linkert for the bowl. I don't like messing with it because I don't want my gasket to be leaking or anything like that. So I don't like messing with it. That's why I like to run my bike dry for the most part. All right, now I'm going to take off the nut that holds the bottom of your linkert for support. It's 1940 UL. All right. Okay, let me get that off. This is actually an engine case through bolt. Just get the nut off. Okay, you got to get your throttle cable disconnected. Up here is your throttle linkage. You want to get in here and disconnect this cotter pin. There's a tiny washer. Let me put you back down. I need two hands. Okay. Pop that up. There's my throttle cable dangling. Okay. I have a little spring in here that helps return the throttle. But originally they don't come like that. You have to physically put the throttle back in to closed position back in 1940. All right, this is where your needle nose. Okay, that's disconnected. All right, now you're free to go on the other side and undo the 3 bolts that hold the carburetor to the intake. just 3 flathead bolts. And they'll be Parkerized. And then you have a gasket in between the manifold and the carburetor. Okay, then it's a little Chinese puzzle to get it out of here. Okay, like that. And she's off. All right, so here's the linkert. Like I said, I've had this apart back in the fall and cleaned it all up and checked everything out. So should be fine, but if I'm having issues and the intake is fine, then I'll take this all back apart again. I'm going to take it back apart anyway, just because I'm sick of dealing with this problem. I want it gone. The throttle body, the butterfly it's working perfectly. Full open, full closed, open, full closed. So that's her. All right, let me set her down and we'll get to getting the intake off. Okay, I like to set my linkert up safely in a little bucket. Holds it down nicely. All right, here is the intake. Has a gasket on it. I did put a little tiny smear of high temp gasket maker on the faces of the nipples, and you can see that. So let's get these off. I gotta undo these plumber's nuts from the other side of the bike with a 2-inch wrench. I like to break them both free and without hitting my cylinders. Or my fuel tank, for that matter. So I do this very carefully. All right, I should be able to get them by hand now. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Okay, the nuts are... Okay, sorry about that. The batteries went dead on my GoPro, so I had to switch cameras. Let me finish this up with you. Got the intake off. Let me show you. So got the intake out of there. That's what she looks like. There's the brass seals. There's the gasket. Now, if you look up in here, I have a little bit of red high temp gasket maker on there. I'm going to clean all that up, but I won't bore you with that. So out of the intakes, here's the new intake I bought. I'm definitely going to use this one because if you notice, they're a lot thicker. The faces where it'll make contact with the nipple. A lot more surface area than that one. That's odd. So I'm going to get some high temp silver paint to repaint the new one to look like this one, because I like that. I don't like this black, this flat black. I'm going to polish all this out of here. There's a lot of roughness inside. I'm going to polish all that out. See it? That's nasty. I'm going to polish all that out with my Dremel, paint it, get that cleaned up, and I'll put it back together, the intake only, and I'll use my pressure tester to see if she's not leaking before I put the carburetor back on. But this is where I'm going to end it. I won't bore you with all that stuff. So I'll get back to it. Talk to you guys later.